tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone. I'm back. Roya's back. We're both back for this Christmas special of SNL, hosted by Amy Adams and musical guest One Direction, season 40.
Yeah. Finally the Christmas special.
Let me just, Roya.
Oh man, guys, my voice is amazing. I apologize. I will do my best not to talk. Yes.
No, do not do your best not to talk. You need to talk.
Well, sign language. I don't know. I'll tell you what I want to say.
I wish we had a little whiteboard that you could like write things on and then just hold up, and then it would force everybody to watch us on YouTube and see our awesome ugly Christmas sweaters.
Oh yeah.
Do you see that?
Mine says Meowie Christmas. Just gonna throw that out there, guys.
And mine has shoulder pads and is also straight from my grandmother's closet.
Oh, thank you, Steven.
Oh, yay, Steven, our engineer. This is great, but you still need to talk because our iTunes people need to be able to hear us.
Okay.
So again, well, speaking of iTunes, it's the holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Happy times with it. But
and if you don't celebrate, happy nothing celebration.
Just happy nothing celebration. It's a new year soon. Well, yeah, so just, you know, be happy and go rate us, give us 5 stars on iTunes, YouTube, write us comments that are nice and full of holiday cheer. And yeah, give us a thumbs up and just be nice to us because that's what we like. And we'll come back more often the nicer you are to us. So overall, Roya, how did you feel about this episode?
I loved it.
You did?
It was
favorite
amazing.
One of the season?
Yes.
I mean, the season thus far?
40, yes. This was my favorite one. I felt Amy Adams actually committed all the way through with all of her characters. Even if they weren't strong characters, she committed. And that's what I feel like the season's been lacking is the host actually fully committing.
This honestly is my second favorite of all of them.
Which one's your first one?
James Franco. It's because I had such low expectations. I had such low expectations for him, and I thought it was going to be terrible. And he just kind of, because usually, I mean, James Franco, and I love that, like, now, you know, the whole thing with the interview has happened, or won't happen now. So it's kind of, you know, interesting to look back when times were better. And
we were not here for James Franco.
We weren't.
And I have to say, I did not like that one. It was okay. I did not like it. It was forgettable.
I don't think it was forgettable.
I wrote no on the whiteboard, by the way, when you were talking about how you loved it. I wrote no.
Okay, well, don't hurt your voice any more than it's already hurt. No need to scream. Speaking of Sony getting hacked, let's just jump into the cold open. A very somber Christmas with Sam Smith, and we have Taryn doing an amazing impression of Sam Smith, and the guy can sing. Like, don't you agree? I was like, okay, I absolutely believe this.
Yeah, we've seen his little teaser of him, Taryn, doing Sam Smith before, and I was like, I want more of it. And they did it again. They gave us a little bit more, but it was still a tease, and he does it so well.
I loved when he like beyond the singing, just when he was just talking like Sam Smith. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then when it buzzed out, I was just like, no, why did Sam Smith go away?
Did you see the stockings in the back? It goes Sam and then no one.
Yes. I love that SNL kind of commits to little details like that. It makes me feel like the writers are like, oh, you guys, what if in the background we had this? And,
yes,
you know,
exactly.
They get so excited probably for the smallest things. But we had an amazing cameo right off the bat here before we even get the host. Mr. Well, I like to just say Dr. Evil, even though it's played by Mike Myers. But Dr. Evil in the house telling Sony and North Korea that they are giving evil a bad name. Of course, everybody freaked out. It was all over the internet the next day that we saw a glimpse of Dr. Evil, and I loved it. I loved that they did that. I wish they would have. I almost wish that instead of Dr. Evil kind of like being mad at both Sony and North Korea for doing the hacking.
Like roasting them?
Yeah, for roasting them. I wish Dr. Evil would have been like, haha, my plan, like that Dr. Evil was the one who did the hack. I thought that would have been like kind of a funny way to look at it. But, you know, what do you think?
I like that they actually touch base with what's going on and poke fun at it.
Yeah.
And Dr. Evil, that is so random. And Mike Myers, I'm not even upset that, you know, most of the cast wasn't even in the cold open. I'm happy. This is a cold open I will remember.
Yes.
Because it's amazing.
And I feel like this is the first cold open in a very long time that this is the sketch that went viral compared to all the other ones.
Yeah.
So,
for a cold open, I definitely agree. And I was kind of wondering, will there be an Austin Powers movie? Because there's been rumors about it.
Well, we know there won't be a Love Guru too, because he
Love
even
that movie.
he even kind of roasted himself, which I love when they can do that, and they do.
Yeah. I actually really thought that's a stupid movie, but it's so funny. That's how great it is.
I've never seen it, nor do
You're
I
not
think I
missing
ever
much,
will.
yeah,
I doubt I am. I love Austin Powers though, so you can give me as many Austin Powers as you want, and as many Dr. Evils as you want. But yeah, I gave that sketch a B+.
I gave it an A. Like I said, I'm gonna remember it.
This is the thing. If the first grade I gave it was an A, and then I watched all the sketches and I brought it down to a B+.
Oh, you do that?
I do.
You compare it with other sketches?
Absolutely.
That's heartbreaking.
You know, and I just did it in my head. Like I try not to like write down the grades until I've seen the entire episode, and then I go back through and
if you were a teacher, it would scare me. It'd be like, oh, this is a great intro. Oh man, that body paragraph was terrible.
Sucks.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like you have to see the whole thing. Then I give my overall grade, and then I give the individual grades. So because you're grading each, okay.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Well, good thing I'm not a teacher if you don't agree with my grading practices. So next we actually get into to the show, and lovely Miss Amy Adams, who I adore. I just absolutely love her. We see her come out, and she wants to sing some holiday cheer. And another awesome cameo, very quick off the bat, Miss Kristen Wiig, who, again, anytime she comes out, I love her.
Yeah.
And it's almost, I feel like she's like still on SNL because I had so many cameos this season so far. I don't feel like she's really left the show.
Yeah.
What did you think about the opening monologue?
For me, I know we all talk about how they always do musical opens, and it's really frustrating because it's not that great half the time. This is the one that I feel when Jim Carrey did his musical opening, this is how it was supposed to look and sound.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, I thought this was great. It was well done. There was high energy from everyone in the cast, even Kristen Wiig. I don't know why I brought Kristen Stewart into this. Kristen Wiig. It would be shocking if she had high energy.
I know, it would be very shocking.
But no, it wasn't too long. It was the perfect amount.
I felt like I agree with you with the length and with the pacing of it, but I mean not the pacing of it, but the length of it. But I didn't agree with the energy. I thought the energy was lacking. Even with Kristen and Amy, like Amy, her energy seemed very, very low. And then I wanted them to bring out more of the cast. Obviously they can't because obviously people are prepping for other future sketches and stuff, but it just seemed like they just threw in a couple of the cast members and it didn't feel full enough. And like, again, the energy just didn't seem down. So it wasn't my favorite opening monologue.
Well, what I liked about it is that Kristen Wiig, and we'll get to it, but does come back later in the episode. And I like when they have guest appearances actually be in the episode later.
Yes, yeah, and not just like tease us at the beginning. That's what I was hoping we'd see Mike Myers again, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he did give us enough. Like, I'm not angry at Mike Myers for not coming back.
Can't overshadow Amy Adams.
Yeah, true story. But my favorite line from the opening monologue was, "Give me my my rhinestone microphone." And then she goes, "Thanks, Mariah Carey." I wrote that down, so just so you all know what my favorite part was, even though I didn't really like it.
I can kind of see now how with the monologue it seemed like maybe Kristen Wiig was overshadowing Amy Adams a little bit, maybe. Or do you think that they were working well together?
No, maybe that was it. Maybe you're right. Maybe her energy was just so up that Amy's just seemed so low. I don't know. The chemistry wasn't there for me, so it kind of fell flat, and not enough of the cast was involved. Even though they like tried to make it seem like this big ensemble piece. So
Keetin was very snuggly in the opening with his little snow. But
I would cuddle with you, Keetin.
I liked when Kristen was trying to do the splits with the maracas. And, she was like,
fun.
"Oh no!" And, like when Amy,
I thought her pants were gonna rip. I was like, "Please let her pants rip. That would be hilarious." But they didn't. Yeah. So I gave this a C.
Oh wow! I mean, I just didn't expect you to go see. Like, that's how bad.
These are final exams right now.
Wow.
So this is the end of the year.
Well, it made me giggle and laugh.
I don't give a crap if it made me giggle once.
I compared it with the Jim Carrey one, so I gave it an A because the execution was there.
Well, you got to compare it with all of them. That's all I have to say. Okay, next. Asian American Doll. Oh, this one made me giggle a lot.
At first, I wasn't that big of a... Like, I liked it.
I thought it was a real commercial. I was very confused at first because like you didn't see any of the cast members for a while. It was just the little girls who were great, by the way. Great kid actors.
Yeah.
And comedians.
I like the very end when the little girl goes, wait, she's a chef so she can cook her dog because she's Asian American. And I was like, oh man, that was awesome. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either. And that little girl delivered it perfectly.
Exactly.
She was the star of that segment. I thought it was very funny. So I gave it a B.
Yeah, the pacing of everything was really good. Even though it was a voiceover that was interacting, like everything was there. Yeah. It was good.
But again, it was a pre-recorded. So, you know, they're usually good at the pre-recorded ones. Those ones usually, you know.
I agree. The editing and the directing is just, you know, you have more, I don't say more time, but you have more preparation. No, I'm gonna be quiet.
Save your voice. Next is the Tenderfield Christmas 2014, which I think this is hilarious, and I'm so glad that they are making fun of, like, doing more kind of spoofs on YouTube people, because I've watched this family's, all their videos that are like, oh my God, have you ever seen them? They're so funny. And the fact that they brought in like real like facts about the family. The dad, like, I think he used to be a weatherman or news forecaster, and then he quit his job to like make these like YouTube channel for his family. And the mom is kind of like this like somewhat actress who actually was in Iron Man 3. I think so. Like that reference actually was true.
I like that.
So yeah, and I appreciated it. And I mean, if you put Kate McKinnon in anything, I'm gonna be very, very happy.
Her looks throughout the entire when she's dancing in my Christmas sweatpants.
In my Christmas sweatpants.
Like she's gonna kill her dad.
It had like my three. Sweatpants. It had like my 3 favorite cast members in it, or Kenan, Kate, and Taryn. Yeah. So those are like my 3 faves.
Yeah, so. Amy did great in it too.
Amy was great.
She did flub, which she was, but she kept it going, and you couldn't really tell. It was hard to do, you know. It was great, and they were rapping. So yeah, and Taryn, he kept it.
Taryn was just on the entire time.
That's what I mean with Amy. Was like the commitment. She stayed with it. She didn't break it. She went with.
Well, Amy's a great actress. So, you know, and it's like, it seemed also, this was the first episode, I think, of the entire season that the host wasn't so stuck on the cue cards. And so when the host isn't, I feel like the cast is more calm and not stuck on cue cards. So like I really didn't notice that, where that's something that's really been bothering me this season, is that I literally see them reading the cue cards, where obviously we know they have cue cards. There's a lot of things to memorize and stuff, but like, don't make it that obvious. Come on, you guys, you're all professionals.
Well, and like the cast feed off of each other's energy and their vibe. So if you are reading something, it's a different interaction. Yeah. So that could be,
Absolutely. So I gave that one a B.
I gave it an A.
You gave it an A?
I gave the Asian American one a B+.
I should have worn my Christmas sweatpants today, actually. There's a lot of things I should have done before this episode, but I just didn't. And at least I came in an ugly Christmas sweater.
Thanks, Steven.
Thanks, Steven. See, whenever Steven does things like that, it's like, yay, he's listening, he's engaged. I'm doing something right. Okay, the next is the cereal, the Christmas surprise.
Cereal talk.
Which I didn't realize cereal was a real thing. So I didn't know really what this was making fun of. I thought it was funny because it reminded me of Lisa Ling's show on CNN, like This Is Life. But I don't really know how I felt about it. Like I don't know if they executed it well or not. It was kind of funny, but like not, I don't know.
I love this one. Okay. This is one that I loved. I thought it was like they took a simple story, Santa Claus, and made it into this most dramatic storyline possible. Like there was evidence. I left cookies here. They were right here. And then when I woke up in the morning, they were gone. Like simple little things that you remember as a kid watching, like being like Santa Claus, like, oh, how did he get here? It's not possible. It's basically, it made me laugh so much.
Again, I mean, I think my favorite part was when she's like, me and my producer tried to reenact the sled, and like her and Keetin are like making, and that's what they do on like news stories. Like whenever they do news things like that, is they talk about they're working with their producers and kind of give you a glimpse of behind the scenes and how rugged they're being journalists and blah. Even
when they had Santa Claus on the phone, the way he was talking, it just seemed so real too. Like you would actually hear that in a phone conversation interview.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, if anybody watches Serial, like let us know if they like hit the nail on the head and if you saw it and if you thought it was funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I can give it a proper grade because I didn't quite. All right, without knowing if Serial was this made up thing, I'd probably give it a C+.
Really, even though
B-. I'll give you B-. I'll give you B-.
Thank you. I found out just earlier today that Cecily actually wrote that. She co-wrote that.
Really?
In 45 minutes. Yeah.
Cecily, you're my girl.
So
she's up there with my
She posted that on her Instagram.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
And she also wrote another one. I'll let you know which one it is when we get there.
Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know.
For sure.
So next we had Girlfriends Talk Show, which
first time this season.
Thought
it was gone forever.
Really? No, I thought it was the second time this season.
First time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who did you think it was the first time?
Oh
or this time?
Who did I think it was the first time? Name the host of. I can't even think right now. There's
the host this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm drawing a blank now. Crickets.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Chris Rock. James Franco.
Woody Harrelson.
Must it Cameron Diaz?
And Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm. Did Cameron Diaz do it?
Nope. And then you got Martin last week.
Yeah.
And then we had...
Did we have another... I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the first time this season. I just love 80 and Girlfriends Talk Show. I love her character, and I feel like this has now become a sketch that has become so reoccurring that you do know these characters and you like these characters, and you know sometimes it's really really good, sometimes it's terrible. I thought this was one of the better Girlfriends Talk shows.
Oh, definitely. I thought it was short and
it was perfect. Yeah, it was short. Yeah, they need to keep it short. I thought 80's character was so much more outlandish than what she usually is, and I love seeing Amy Adams in the cheerleading uniform because it reminded me of like Drop Dead Gorgeous, which she was in. And then One Direction got their little cameo too. One
of the guys, Harry,
yes.
I didn't like how he had zipped up all the way. Like he was trying way too hard.
Have you ever seen One Direction? That's what they do.
They just try
really hard.
Right, but everyone else like fit fine. They're supposed to be these guys that are like, you know, sexy and 80s in love with.
Harry Styles is just kind of like a weird.
He ruined it for like not
really?
ruined it, but like if he wasn't in it, I would have been fine with it.
Why do you have to hate on Harry? He's usually everybody's favorite. Because
like he's the one that put his leg up on the couch and was trying to be all fancy.
I didn't like that. That was like, okay, Harry. Like,
he's trying too hard.
Everybody already like you're already everybody's favorite. Like just kind of drop it.
Why is he?
Because he's like, he dated Taylor Swift and she wrote a song about him, and then he's like, look at my hair. I'm like, he's like Mick Jagger, but like he's like a young today's Mick Jagger. I don't know. He just like doesn't care. He's like super super skinny and like, I'm like angsty, but I'm like funny and cool and goofy, and I dated Taylor Swift, and that's how he talks. And he's like, he always has like more. I feel like he has more solos in One Direction. It sounds like
he's got a great voice.
He does. He's you know.
But I'd rather listen to him than watch him.
Okay, well, you know, I don't think he's trying to become an actor anytime soon. So I gave this one a B-.
I gave it a B. I got lazy with the extra minus. I'd probably give it a B-. Too.
Okay, probably because Harry's leg was up on the.
Yeah, because I watched it again and he kept standing out. And it just was so distracting.
I thought 80 just owned this one. She was so great.
80 said her, what did she say to her? Like, form some words.
Yeah. Use your words. Which I say to my friends all the time, which isn't very nice, but she said a version of use your words, which is awesome.
Office Christmas
Party. Boo.
I agree.
And I felt like, you know, they tried to make it look and feel like a Lonely Island song. And I just, like, I'm sorry, guys, but you're not Lonely Island.
Well, Jay Farrell usually does really. You remember the H&M Shopping Ninja one? He
yeah,
did?
but barely.
But it was still one that stood out when you watch. You're like, oh, it had like a whole structure to it.
Yeah.
This, all they kept doing was saying Christmas party, office Christmas party. That's just all they kept yelling.
It was stupid. It didn't.
And it reminded me of Dick in the Box because of the way they were dressed.
But it didn't. I mean, I didn't even think of that. I just thought it was stupid. It just, nothing of it resonated with me, and I just was waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I can really remember from the whole thing is 80 jumping into a Christmas tree and wondering, did she really jump into that Christmas tree, or was that a stunt double?
I feel like she would.
I mean, if I had the chance to jump into a Christmas tree and then they tried to make a stunt double do it, I'd feel like, oh no, I got this Christmas tree, guys.
Yeah.
But I gave that a C-.
The editing was the only thing that made it for me. It was entertaining, the editing style. I'm an editor, so I love watching that kind of stuff. And that was, if it was like a straight shot type of editing, I would not have enjoyed it at all. But I didn't even really enjoy it.
I thought Amy was great in
I just sort of backtracked on that one right there.
Amy Adams was great in that.
Yeah.
I thought she was.
Really?
Well,
it took me a while. I thought she was Kate McKinnon.
Well, I think that's why I was like, wait, that's Amy? Like, you know, because she was being so goofy and kind of weird, and and she sang, and it was beautiful.
I feel like these two
She
guys...
is Giselle. She's basically a Disney princess.
Yeah. I feel like these two characters that they created could become something if they were to make it more funny.
But it's not even worth it because it wasn't funny in the first place. Do we want to talk about One Direction, or do we want to talk about Weekend Update first?
Let's get One Direction over with.
One Direction. They all looked kind of they were like all bored. Like, for some reason, like their stage presence, which usually I think One Direction, when I've seen them perform, what's going on over there?
I was just coughing. I was trying to cough away from the mic.
Usually when One Direction performs, I think they have such great stage presence. I'm so engaged, even on screen. Like, I think they're awesome, and they all sound great. Their songs are super catchy, but they all seem like they were just like they were just all lacking a lot of energy, and I don't know. I mean, I still love them, and neither of those songs I had heard, and I liked them both. So they sounded good, but other than that, I was just kind of like boring. Yeah.
Especially after all the performances we've had recently.
Yeah.
They just stood there.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I always say this every show. I love when they own the stage and to make it their own. See, they just literally wore the same outfit both times, and I know they did that last time they were on there. They wore the same outfits.
I don't care about their outfits.
I do. If you're going to stand there, at least look fancy each time or differently.
Harry's outfit was special. That see-through, like, Hawaiian velvet dark shirt. I don't know. But, Harry, you're special, so I'm not angry. I'm not angry with you. Gosh. I do remember why I like James. This is a complete tangent back to where I loved the James Franco episode so much because I thought Nicki Minaj was so great. And she surprised me so much. She did some better impressions than some of the cast members can do.
Okay.
Fine.
She did herself?
No, she did Kim Kardashian and Beyonce, and she was great.
Okay.
I can't have that. We're gonna go to bed angry tonight at each other, Roy. I already know it. Okay, so One Direction, not impressed. Next. Next. Next, Weekend Update.
Weekend Update, yes.
I think the worst Weekend Update of the season.
It was an interesting Weekend Update. The storylines were good, like the news stories that they had. Their guest appearances weren't the best. Actually, I didn't even write down.
I mean,
I only liked
Garth and Kat came back, so.
Oh, well then that's the
I mean,
best.
that literally saved this Weekend Update. Like, if they weren't back, like, I would have been. But then it's like, why are you relying on two former, like, cast members to basically save the entire Weekend Update? And there have been a lot of, like, good, funny stories. I just thought it was the pace was really slow and off. I mean, the jokes were funny, but they just weren't hitting them like how they usually do. And I'm such a fan of Colin and Michael. Like, I really have, like, enjoyed seeing them grow and kind of, you know, bring this new era of Weekend Update to SNL. But this really let me down. It really did. One
of the news stories I really liked was the one about Kathie Lee Griffin and Bill Cosby.
Yes.
And how she was a backup singer and that she refused a drink or refused his kiss.
Yeah.
And then they were like, so she refused a drink And what the heck is a backup singer for a comedy
Yeah.
tour? Like that's, oh man, like they pulled like 3 different jokes out of that.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
That was a great one, which I didn't know. You know, sometimes I watch Weekend Update and I'm like, wow, these are stories I had no idea about.
I did like how Bobby came out as Kim Jong and was like, I got this. Don't worry, Colin. You mean I'm Kim, you know? And then you see the little red dots on him.
Yeah,
and
so
then
he's
formed.
like,
all right.
I'm Seth Rogen. I am Seth Rogen. Oh gosh, North Korea sent another threat to us, just like today, which was very
one?
scary. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but they're like, yeah,
that's cool.
they're calling us out. So yeah, Weekend Update. Thank you, Garth and Kat. But other than that, meh. And I didn't know cereal was a real thing until it was actually talked about on Weekend Update. I was like, oh, so
yeah. I liked how they tied that in too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, thanks for my pop culture news Weekend Update.
Exactly.
I appreciate it. Oh, I just love Garth and Kat. I just want to know how much they prep for that before they go into it, just because it's so funny.
And I loved how they were doing Hanukkah theme, but they were in Christmas stuff.
Yes. Oh, goodness. What did you give this Weekend Update?
I didn't grade it, so that was probably a, like...
C?
Yeah.
I give mine a C.
Yeah.
C.
I'll give it a C.
I'm going to give it a C+.
I'll give it a B minus.
I'm going to give it a C+ because Garth and Kat were there. Okay, next. I think this was one of my favorite sketches of the night, was A Very Cuban Christmas.
Okay.
We had Gloria Estefan, which was Cecily Strong, and Pitbull, again, done amazingly by Taron Killam. Oh my gosh. He can do anybody. He is so good at impressions. I just absolutely love him. They host a holiday special celebrating United States and Cuba, kind of opening up relations again. And then a bunch of people attended, such as Hurley from Lost and Elian Gonzalez, I think was my favorite guest, because I remember when all that went down, and I think Elian and I were like the same age, and so we're still probably the same age.
No, he stopped aging. So,
he did.
He did. So you just kept getting older.
I kept getting older, and he will forever be. And then they brought Cuba Gooding Jr. just because.
Yeah.
And we had Fred Armisen come back in as Raul Castro.
I like their little tribute to Weekend at Bernie's. When he talks about, was it his father or someone?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, still here.
As his brother, Fidel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then then we get, oh God, I'm blanking right now. President Obama. I wasn't blanking on President Obama. I was blanking on Jay Farrow's name.
Yeah, and that's a nice little attack from SNL towards Obama again, like a little political attack.
They're starting to, you know.
They're taking the gloves off. Which I like.
No, they're starting to Sarah Palin him a little bit. Well, I mean, no one can.
The material's there. Can't really.
No one can ever be Sarah Palin another person, because Tina Fey is just that incredible. I hope somebody does, but I thought it was so good. It was really funny, and I don't know. I thought it was the impressions were spot on, and it was quick, and that's what I like. I like when they're quick. Spot on impressions. They included a lot of cast members, and it was done.
To me, it kind of felt like it dragged a little bit.
Okay, that's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Opposite.
Again, we're gonna go to bed angry tonight, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's not the first time.
A Magical Christmas.
This is the one Cecily co-wrote as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one was so weird. I literally all I have written is weird. I just didn't get it, and it was so strange. It was so strange.
To me, I was like, why do they have to keep nibbling on trash? But I liked the little twist at the end, because they're raccoons and they have a Christmas wish to get their kiss.
I just thought their like bebop songs were just hilarious, and like, you know, it's like they had the redhead, the blonde, and the brunette, and they were all just adorable. And I mean, Kate McKinnon was there, so
yeah. No, I really enjoyed this sketch. I know it seemed weird, and I like the weird out of the box sketches.
I originally gave it a C+, but I'm gonna give it a B-. You're talking me into
Yay!
And especially because Cecily wrote it.
Yeah, and it's also a raccoon. Those cute little puppets at the end.
I wish to God they just would have been real raccoons.
What?
I mean,
they would have eaten the kittens.
I mean, well, anytime they bring real animals into SNL, I get very excited. Like in the next sketch.
I didn't like when they brought that animal in with Cameron Diaz, though.
Which one?
That animal talk show one.
Oh, with the thing on her, the lemur.
The lemur.
I thought the lemur was so cute.
It was so distracting. Anyways, back to this
Animals
episode.
are
Sorry,
so
guys.
adorable, and I will never be angry when you bring them on, as long as there's not any cruelty to them for being involved and they're enjoying what they're doing.
Maybe that's why they didn't get real raccoons, because they couldn't find trash to give them that they wanted.
We got more animals, and Whiskers are we.
Yes!
Kittens!
I love
and
this one.
Kitty cats!
I will lose my voice for this. I love this one.
I did too. This was, I think, one of up in my favorites. But can we get a movie based off of those two characters with Amy Adams and Kate McKinnon, please?
Well, you know this is the second time they've done this one, right?
No, I did not. I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah, they did it with I can't remember her name. She's blonde. Charlize Theron.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was the creepy girlfriend, and she was all like trying to she was so creepy because she's so beautiful.
She was Monster. You've seen Monster, right?
It was like that.
She does creepy well. She does creepy real well.
So it's the same character. Like they're just talking about the cats, and they have like little cat puns, and
there's actual cats in like the basket.
Yeah, and then the girlfriend is always trying to get Kate McKinnon's character to kind of like love him in a way.
Kate McKinnon does such a good old lady.
Yeah,
so good. Like I know that lady. I've met her so many times, and Kate McKinnon embodies everything that she is.
Do you think Amy Adams accidentally actually groped Kate McKinnon, and that was like? Because the way that it was said, and then Amy like just started busting up. She goes, "You know where the kitten ends and my boob begins." Like. She wasn't looking. I watched it twice. I was like, she went like this, and then she's like, "Oh, there's the paw."
I hope that was a mistake, and that Kate McKinnon just pulled that out of her butt, because that's hilarious.
I feel like Kate McKinnon and Amy Adams had a great chemistry together.
They should date. Like they make a beautiful couple, and all their cat. They should run a cat rescue.
Why won't you say you love me? I wrote it down.
I really liked that, and all the cats were like really kind of happy and chilling.
They were so cute. And I liked how they brought older ones in too.
There was one kitten that like she used a couple times. I noticed like sometimes she I think she probably just grabbed whatever one she could grab. Yeah. But there was one that she used like I think twice, and
white paws.
No, it looked like it had like dark blue eyes, and it was all dark stripy, and it was so cute. And I want it. I want it.
She was really good with handling the kittens too. Yeah. I mean, I obviously they practice, but so kittens. You remember that one that was like crawling up her?
Yeah,
like that hurts. When
I'm sure. Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So,
I
love this.
I gave this one an A-.
Where do you get an A- from? I can't even speak. Where's the minus?
You sound like a prepubescent boy. Where is my minus from? Your voice is cracking. You just hit puberty. Sorry, Stephen. I just yelled in the mic. I'm sorry, anyone listening. Everyone listening. I will bump it up to an A.
Yay!
I did the cats and Kate McKinnon and Amy Adams. I mean, just Kate McKinnon. She's my favorite. Okay, so overall grade.
I loved it. I gave it an A.
I gave it a B.
Okay. I mean, it was great. Last year's Christmas special was great with Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake. This one still was great as well. So I need better words than great, but amazing, fabulous, wonderful.
What was your favorite sketch of the night?
The kittens one, Whiskers Are Us.
What was your least favorite sketch?
Oh, the Office Christmas Party.
Okay.
Live or digital?
Favorite live and favorite digital.
Favorite live is the Whiskers Are Us. Favorite live or tapes digital was the Asian American Girl.
Okay.
And then least favorite Christmas Party and your Cuba party one. You never asked me for my grade.
What was your grade?
I didn't write one down. That's how I didn't really like it that much.
No. I don't like you very much.
So we're going to bed angry, and I sound like a pubescent 13-year-old boy. So
on January 17th, we will be back with Mr. Kevin Hart. Why do you make... Kevin Hart is the funniest man right now.
He is, but...
He's in every movie, literally.
Yes, but his material he's been given as a host on SNL has been terrible.
I know, but I honestly think with the new cast members that they have in, I think they're going to be able to take it like so far, and it's going to be so funny.
I thought they were going to do that with Chris Rock, but To me, that episode
I know, but I had really high hopes for Chris Rock, and yeah, I hated that episode. I thought it was terrible.
Okay, what do you think about? So you think Kevin Hart's gonna do?
I think Kevin Hart's gonna do
better
because, and this is why, because I think Kevin Hart is more. I mean, Chris Rock's a lot older than the cast members that they have now, so I think in Kevin Hart is more their age and like same demographic, so I feel like their writing styles together. I think it will blend a little bit better. Even though I love Chris Rock and I love that new movie that he has out, it's so good. So everybody needs to go see it. But yeah, I think Kevin Hart, and I also think he's probably gonna have watched obviously his old episode, and they're gonna have learned from some of the mistakes they might have made in his previous hosting experience, and they're going to combat those, and he's gonna come out swinging hard for the start of 2015 and season 40 of SNL.
Yeah, and we're getting really close to that big SNL special of 40.
Yeah, very, very close. Are we gonna do an after show for that?
Yeah, it's an actual episode.
Oh, yes.
But it's gonna be big, like with guests.
Big,
yeah.
very big.
Read like Mike Myers is supposed to be there. I think maybe there's other people that were mentioned.
Bring back everybody.
Yeah.
So who do you think they might get as a musical guest?
I don't know. I can't answer that one. Oh wait, for Kevin Hart doesn't have a musical guest, does he?
No, not yet. There hasn't been one announced.
Taylor Swift?
Oh my God. No, if they're gonna bring Taylor Swift, they're gonna have her guest and host. She's so good.
Okay, is there anyone else that has new music coming out?
I don't know, Steven, do you know music, Steven? I don't know music.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who has new stuff coming out. Well, I look forward to them announcing it. Roya, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Yes, meowy Christmas.
Meowy Christmas. Do you have any final words for, because this is our last after show of this year.
It's
with you.
Yeah, oh, we made it back. We did. Does it creep you out with my voice? Like, I swear she's of age.
Whoa. I am uncomfortable, Steven. No, I'm not only gonna go to bed angry, but just really creeped out. I'm gonna have nightmares about that comment. Roya, where can we find you until we meet again in the new year?
Well, guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hey Roya. That's HeyRoya. Keetin, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Keetin Marchi. That's KeetinMarchi. Thank you so much for watching this year's SNL after show, and we'll be back next year.
2015, guys.
Woo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.